Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to thank all those people who like my previous videos and subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed as of yet, you can just go down and click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified about my latest videos. So the topic for my new video today is the 5 best underrated films made by famous filmmakers. So number 1 on my list is Insomnia, directed by Christopher Nolan. Now, I think I know the reason why this film is underrated. It's just that it's a pretty straightforward thriller coming from Christopher Nolan, who is known for making mind-bending psychological thrillers like Inception and Memento. This film stars Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank in the lead roles, and it tells the story of an aging cop played by Al Pacino who ends up murdering his assistant but successfully covering it up. But this leads to constant guilt in his heart, which causes insomnia. I think it's one of the best psychological thrillers I've ever watched, and if you are a fan of Christopher Nolan or Al Pacino, this is a must watch. Number 2 on my list is The Darjeeling Limited, directed by Wes Anderson. Now, Wes Anderson is one of those unique directors who has the distinction of making amazing live action as well as animated films. He is known for making such amazing live action films as The Grand Budapest Hotel or The Royal Tenenbaums, but also animated films which are not really meant for kids, such as Fantastic Mr. Fox or Isle of Dogs. But I think because of so many other great films, this film, The Darjeeling Limited, which is also, I think, a really good film, has somehow been lost among audiences. Darjeeling Limited stars Adrien Brody, Jason Schwartzman, and Owen Wilson in the lead roles, and also has Bill Murray and Irfan Khan in the supporting roles. It tells the story of 3 brothers played by Brody, Wilson, and Schwartzman who come on a trip to India to find spiritual peace, and they travel on this train called Darjeeling Limited. It's one of Wes Anderson's most emotional films. Usually all his films are very quirky and funny in a way, but this one is a little bit less funny and very emotional. There are a lot of themes about family values and other things. And so I think it's a great film, and I think it just got underrated because Wes Anderson later made movies like Grand Budapest Hotel, so. Anyways, the next film on my list is After Hours, directed by the great Martin Scorsese. I think After Hours is not just an underrated film made by a famous director, it just might be one of the most underrated films ever made. It tells the story of this guy who works an average job and is having a hard and boring day at work, and he decides to meet this woman he had earlier met at the cafe after this long stressful day. But what follows is a series of misadventures and his extreme bad luck. It's one of Scorsese's funniest films, and it's also not like his other well-known dark comedy, The King of Comedy, which is sort of very serious at moments. This film is completely in and out funny. It's a great film, and I think any Scorsese fan should definitely watch this. The next film on my list is Jackie Brown, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Jackie Brown is the only film made by Quentin Tarantino which was not originally written by him. It's based on another novel. Now, I think that is one of the reasons why this film has got a bit of an underrated, because when Quentin Tarantino himself writes a film, he never forgets that there should always be humor, dark humor and violence in the film. So if you have watched Django Unchained or Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs or Kill Bill, you will know that they are just darkly funny and violent. But this film is not that much violent or funny, but I think it's still a great film. It tells the story of an air hostess named Jackie Brown who gets involved in a smuggling racket, and as any Quentin Tarantino fan has guessed, this is a Tarantino movie, so this has Samuel L. Jackson, and he's brilliant. He portrays this arms dealer who is, just always a little hot-headed, and he always gets overexcited, but he's, as usual, amazing. And I think that any Tarantino fan should watch this film. Finally, the last film on my list is directed by one of my all-time favorite filmmakers. Any person who has watched my previous videos knows this. The directors I refer to is, of course, the Coen brothers. And the film I'm talking about is The Man Who Wasn't There. The Man Who Wasn't There stars Billy Bob Thornton and Frances McDormand. So I think already it is quite clear that the film has some amazing acting. So anyways, the film tells the story of this barber, played by Billy Bob Thornton, who starts blackmailing this person who is having an affair with his wife, played by Frances McDormand. And as it turns out that this person whom she's having an affair with is none other than her employer, a department store owner. And this department store owner, in order to pay the blackmail, embezzles money from his own department store, which leads to Frances McDormand, the wife, getting arrested. As you have already understood, it's an extremely complex plot. It's a typical Coen brothers plot. It has violence, it has dark comedy, it has some really sharp dialogue. And I think the reason why this has been a little bit forgotten is that it's very subtle. It's one of the Coen brothers' more subtle film. It's very different from The Big Lebowski or Fargo or Raising Arizona. But still, I think this film is just amazing. It's the whole film, it's, from a cinematic point of view, it's amazing. It's shot in black and white, and you just get the feel of it. And I think this is one of those, any movie buff should watch this film. It's a must watch. Anyways guys, that was the video. Thanks for watching. If you like my channel, please like, share and subscribe. You can also write down your thoughts in the comment section below. So anyways, thank you, and I'll meet you next week. Bye bye.